Get to know that individual, see what they actually really like, and that will make a difference because their love language could be different to yours. Once you recognize that, the relationships and the bonds and the connections that you have with individuals just grows that much richer and fulfiller, and it's an amazing that way. Hey everyone, it's Opie here for another video where I talk about health, wealth and happiness. Today's one is going to be about happiness, at least I hope it is, and it's because I wanted to recommend this book to you, which is Dr. Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages. And I read this a long time ago and it's changed the way that I interact with not only my immediate family, but those extended relationships as well, such as colleagues, friends, and I can sort of pick up subtle cues on how they like to give and receive love. And that's what this book is all about. Because we are all individuals, we like to basically receive and give love differently. And Dr. Chapman breaks this down into 5 groups. So let me go through them with you. So the first one is words of affirmation, which is saying positive things and uplifting people and giving them positive encouragement, and you're using your words to elevate the person that you're impacting, whether that be your child going, hey, you did an amazing job cleaning your room, you did an amazing job with your maths test, thank you so much for helping mommy and daddy clean the car. Whatever it is, you're uplifting that individual. And obviously that was an example with a child, but it could be anyone. I heard a long time ago, I can't remember the author, but basically that the words that you use is effectively or is equivalent to like printing money. If you praise an employee and you uplift them, this is why the whole rewards and recognition has become such a big thing in the corporate world, because the corporate world have worked out that if you recognize people either by using positive affirmations, going, hey, John did a wonderful job with the quarterly sales and he deserves to be recognized because he was the number 1 in his district. What are we using? Positive words, positive affirmations to elevate this person because he did a great job. And this is the case with other industries, other areas, and it can apply to all areas of your life. So this is why this particular author, not this particular author, but a different author, said it's equivalent to you printing $100 bills, because when you elevate people, they're like going, wow, my boss actually recognizes the hard work that I've done. So I'm not saying you shouldn't give your employees a raise, but that's another way to elevate them and make them feel good about themselves. That's number 1. Number 2 is quality time. Quality time is an interesting one, because for someone who enjoys your quality time and you're giving them other ways of love and kindness, it's not going to work. I'll give you an example. It sort of relates to the other ones as well. But when I was growing up, I used to see my dad doing a whole bunch of chores for my mom. He'd go out and make garden beds for her, fix stuff around the house, make a bird cage, do all of these things for her, and he'd just be doing stuff. And guess what she wanted? She just wanted to spend quality time with him. And I look back now, retrospectively looking back at what happened when I was growing up, and I see this relationship, and obviously they got along fine. Even though there was this disconnect there, they still got along fine because my dad did his best to make her happy. But you could tell all my mom wanted was the quality time, either spending the time in the garden together, going for a walk, making a meal together. She wanted him by his side, spending that quality time. So quality time is number 2. Number 3 is receiving gifts. So some people, that's their thing. And it doesn't have to, cost a lot of money. It could be a card that you write, something that's very meaningful to them. If you give them a gift, that means the world to them. There are people in my life, that's what it's all about. They may have dozens and dozens of shirts, jumpers, other types of clothes, but that's all they want for their birthday. Doesn't make any sense to me, but that's how they feel loved. They want some sort of gifts, and receiving gifts is their love language. Number 4, I've already touched on this, which is acts of service. So my dad, I guess his love language is acts of service. When someone does things for him, he feels loved. Therefore, he thinks doing acts of service for my mum is her love language, where it really isn't. His is actually also the last one as well, physical touch. He likes to get lots of cuddles. He's a very affectionate human being. So his is probably, physical touch and acts of service, both combined together. And I see this in my kids as well, whereas my son is a very affectionate person. If you're sitting on the couch, he'll come and sit on my lap. He'll come and give me a hug. He'll come and climb on my back. That's him. He likes to get in there with all arms. He'll put your feet on, your face. That's him. That's him showing love. And he wants you to reciprocate that and, jump on him, tackle him, wrestle him. And he loves that physical connection, the physical bond. And thankfully I am too. I fall into that category as well. So I love that with him. Whereas my daughter, hers is not that. If I give her a hug, it actually makes her almost uncomfortable. I do it anyway because, who else am I going to hug? But you can tell that's just not, it doesn't come naturally to her. Hers is quality time. And I've sort of had to step back and learn this. So now it's gotten to the point where I've recognized this, and on purpose, I don't smother her too much physically because that's not her love language. I mean, I can't help it because she's my daughter and I'm always going to hug her, but I try not to. Instead, I try and spend quality time, playing chess, whatever activity she wants to do. But that's her love language. So this is what I mean. It's not restricted to romantic relationships. It could be relationship that you have with your parents, your children, even your co-workers. If one of your co-workers, enjoys a recognition card, I've already covered this anyway, but give them that instead of that $100 voucher. I mean, if you can afford to give both, great, give both, but just get to know that individual, see what they actually really like, and that will make a difference because their love language is definitely could be different to yours. So once you recognize that, the relationships and the bonds and the connections that you have with individuals just grows that much richer and fulfiller, and it's an amazing that way. Good luck. I hope you get to read this book. It's not a hard read at all. It's very simple to read. Relatively a short book. It's been around for a few decades now. I don't know when it got published. I probably read this early 2000s, so it's been a while. But highly recommend it. Until the next one, take care. Bye.